What is going on, guys? It's your boy Sacoz back at it with another video. In today's video, we're gonna be doing a little thumbnail that catches the eye. As you can see, if we zoom out, it kind of catches the eye. I would definitely click on this. If you guys are interested in knowing how to make this thumbnail, stay. There's also a template down below in the description, but I would really appreciate if you stayed to kind of learn how I did this little effects things. And yeah, before we start, please do me a huge favor, subscribe. I've been gone for a while, so views are kind of low like always. So a little subscription for you would be honestly so appreciated. Like if you would like to see more thumbnail videos, and comment down below any ideas that you have that you would want me to make a video on. If it's like AVIs, maybe clothing, maybe whatever you guys want. Make sure you comment down below to see what other tutorials you would want. So let's get right into it. To make this thumbnail, you're obviously going to need, let me group this up. First thing you're gonna need is a photo. It's a background photo. Let me just take this from here. This is the new let me put it in normal. The new location in Fortnite, I think the newest, Stark Industries. Pretty cool place, but there's a lot of people there, that's the thing. So yeah, it's a pretty cool place. Reminds me a lot of Mega Mall. So yeah, just have a background photo, whatever you want it to be. You can be like, if you put like 30 bombing arena, right? You can like put like whatever you landed, or maybe like a snippet, like a screenshot of the video. Maybe that will work. Yeah, so just have a background. Sorry for that. Just have a background, and yeah. So beneath this background, just hide it for a second, make a new layer, press G so the gradient pops up, and make it whatever color you want the background to be. So I want it to be purple, as the skin that I did use is purple. So just with the gradient tool, just click here, boom, make sure it covers the full canvas, and whatever gradient you had selected over here will pop up in the background. After you've done this, you can re-enable this layer again and put soft light. This will kind of make it so it's not the same as the gradient map, where you lose absolutely every color and it gets replaced, but it will make it look like it's part of purple and the image is based on the purple, which is a really cool effect. After this, after a while designing it, I realized that I didn't really like the background being that light. So you can come over here and put a solid color layer and make it black. This is what I usually do. And then just put it a little bit like that until it's where you like it, right? You can also put the brightness down, or you can mess around with the curves, but this is just the easiest one I found, and it's really cool. Then after this, you do realize that it's cut off in half. We're gonna do that a little bit later when we drag our render. Now, you can use any render you want. You can replace the render if you are using the template, or you can just use the different one once you are designing. Renders can be pretty much used like anytime. Maybe if you are a 3D artist and want to learn how to use Photoshop for some reason, you can use your own renders, or maybe you could maybe look in servers, maybe buy for a render pack. Whatever, just put a render in. You can use FNBR, you can use whatever you want. Just add a render there and we should be good. This can't also be used for other games, so maybe you can do like a CUD gun instead of a Fortnite skin, maybe, or like a Valorant one or a CSGO one, whatever you want. It can be used right here. So once you do have this, you're gonna wanna go to the gradient layer, press L for lasso tool, and just find a spot where you can separate the skin, right? So you can cut it in half and it won't look like a transition. So right here, when it touches the thing, just make it like this, boom, 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 boom. And you're gonna duplicate using Command J, or come in here and put in duplicate somewhere on here. Press Command J. This is gonna be duplicated now. So what you can do is, now that you have this half in purple, what I usually like to do is you can come here. Make sure it's a smart object first. Press Command U, and this will bring the hue and saturation thing. I like to put the saturation down and lightness like super down, like right there. And then basically make it black and white. So you can come over here, black and white, and then duplicate this. So yeah, duplicate that. Sorry, my mouse just went off my desk. You're gonna link the original one to the purple, and then you're gonna put the non-original one below the black and white layer. This will basically make that the purple one has colors, but the black one doesn't. You can maybe just do this for all of them if you so want to. You can maybe add a black and white, duplicate this black and white layer, and then put it over here if you want to, and then like not do this and just put it over this one. Boom, right there. You have a pretty cool effect as well, but it's just all up to you, right? So yeah, this is what I liked. We're just gonna keep it like this for the tutorial. But yeah, you can also just add one black and white layer like that for the whole thing, but it doesn't really work unless you don't want color, of course. But yeah, this is basically how you get this little effect. It is kind of complicated, but you'll get it after a while. So after this, we can move on to the text. What I like to do with the text is make another solid color layer, put it to black, and just hide everything so we can just directly work in the text. As I did say before, we're gonna use the font luckiest guy. We're just gonna put free thumbnail. Just you can put whatever you want here. You can put like new trio or like ace or something like that, and make sure it's an off-white color because white is not that fun. Make sure it's like this. This is EED9EB, and then you're gonna right click, blend in options, and you're gonna add an inner glow. You're not gonna make it that big, and then you can maybe add an inner shadow and not that big as well. So like that is pretty cool. And then add a drop shadow. Don't make it so big, and then make a distance like 4 or 5 so it's like down. And then the spread 100, and then make it grayish. Again, don't make it so big. Like that. Like that is perfect for me. Boom, we have the first text. Then all you want to do is Command J, drag it down, and then replace this with something. For me it's template. Make it bigger so it fits this. And then change the color to, in this case, a purple. Don't worry, it looks like that for a sec. Make the inner shadow another purple, like that. And then the inner glow, just keep it at white if you so want. And then change the drop shadow to a darker tone of purple. So here we change it to a darker tone of white. Here we change it to a darker tone of purple, like that. And boom, we have our text. Pretty simple stuff. What I usually like to do is Command G, then duplicate it, Command E to merge it all together. And then we can go to blending options again, and then add a drop shadow, and then make it super big, like this big. And then with a distance to like 0, like that. Like that, 27 is fine. And there you go. So this is what I did here. And this is the text now. Alright, so you can hide the color fill, and you can put back the skin and just kind of regroup it to like wherever it fits. I put it over the skin. So just put it like kind of wherever. If you hold control, you can like put perspective into it. That's what I like to do sometimes. Boom, free thumbnail template. I actually don't like it this big actually, so I'm gonna put it a little bit down. Boom, that looks a lot better for me. So now we have the text, we have the two basic stuff. Now we can go to like more detailed lighting stuff. What I usually like to do is go to a brush. If you hold Alt and right click, you can make it smaller or bigger. Make it pretty big, and then make the color white right here. and then just boom, put a spark and then put it in overlay. Make sure everything is behind the skin so it doesn't completely like mess up the skin. And then make another one and put it on top. You can mess around with these or the opacity, but I usually like to keep it overlay as it gives a cool style, right? But for this one, for example, let's put the opacity a little down. That looks cool too. Boom, that looks pretty cool. That looks pretty nice. Oh, sorry, I'm kind of tired, and it's only 1:57 p.m. Damn. So after this, we can maybe put the same thing we did with the white, but in this case purple. So if we put it like this, right, and we put it over here, make it smaller. We put it over here, and then overlay. We get this pretty cool thing. I would put this one over the skin, like that. Sorry for the interruption. So now we're here, right? We make it overlay, and then we can do the same thing over at the black one, at the black square, because you know that's pretty empty. So just put it at overlay. Make sure this one is over the text so it catches a little bit of the purplish. And then just go around. You can make bullets like this, just the focal points, you know, like that, and then put it at whatever you think is better. This one, a linear dodge add, and then put the opacity down, and that's a pretty cool effect. Then once you got this, you can go to Google. This is an effect I like to do a lot. You go to particles overlay, and then just pick one of these. For example, this one. No, wait, this one is pretty cool. Just copy the image, put it over the text, make a clip and mask, and then put it at overlay. No, not overlay, my bad. Put it at screen. The screen will basically make so the kind of darker tones go away and only leads the non-dark tones, right? So we have a little rain on the text, which is pretty cool, and don't makes it look as plain. Then after this, you can add a little light, a little white light to the text, like that, and put overlay like that. That makes it another focal point. Another thing you can do is add thunder. I actually really like to add thunder, like that. Don't worry about the color just yet. Again, screen, like that. And as it's not perfect, right, we can do a couple things with this, right? Make sure it's a smart object so you can change it afterwards. Press Command U, Control U, my bad, and then change the hue to purplish, like that. And then with an eraser tool, with a with a layer mask, right? If you put it in black, you can kind of erase the little borders with a black brush. If you have a layer mask, right, you can change it. And then what I usually like to do is add a Gaussian blur right here. Blur, Gaussian blur, just like that. Oh no, my bad. Make sure you have the image selected. Go to blur, Gaussian blur, like that. And then in the mask of Gaussian blur, right? Oh frick, my bad. You can't add a hue saturation here. Just add the hue saturation here. Here. Then make a clip and mask and then change it here. Because then in smart filters, press Command I. This will make it all go away. And then with a white brush, you can kind of go around the corners and add the Gaussian blur. This is stuff that you probably won't notice when you see the thumbnail like that. but they're pretty cool effects, right, that you can add to make it look better for your portfolio or whatever. Then let's work on the color corrections a little bit. This is kind of too much for me, so like that. Then we can add a brightness. I usually like to put the brightness up and the contrast up in thumbnails, right? Because it makes it like pop out. Oh, and really important tip, when you're designing a thumbnail, always make sure you're looking at it this way, right? Because no one is gonna see the thumbnail this far, right? So kind of just put it in like the little thumbnail size, put it smaller, and make sure everything pops out, right? Can you clearly see the text? Can you do this? Can you see the skin? Can you see everything clearly? And if the answer is yes, you've done a pretty good job. Then I usually like to add color lookup. 3 strip, pretty cool. You can also add 2 strip and make it red if that's what you're into, but let's just make it like that. And yeah, you're done. You could use a camera raw filter, but the reason I didn't do it for this one is because you won't really notice that much of a difference when it's a thumbnail. So but you could do it. You could mix it up a little bit, put the highlights up like that, put the shadows down like that. But again, you won't really see it that much. But yeah, there it is. And just like that, cha real smooth, you have a thumbnail done. Remember, this PSD, this exact PSD, will be in the description down below. So yeah, if you want to cop the PSD, you can get it for free in the description down below. Thank you so much for staying all the way through the end. Really appreciate it. You can follow me on Twitter at SacozDZN, at Twitch at SacozDZN, Instagram, guess what? Guess SacozDZN. I haven't posted in a while, but I am working towards it. And yeah, you can check my work at beacons.net/Sacoz. And please remember to join my Discord. We just remade it, so there's a lot less people than what they were before. So please join up if you were in the old one, or if you weren't in the old one, but please join up. You can share your work there. And yeah, have fun, stay creative, and it's been Sacoz here, and I'm out. Peace.